Good evening, everyone. My name is Sumeshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Breakout team organization to Yog Vaashishtha evening session. Today we are on day 70. नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ। आज हम लोग 70वें एपिसोड पे पहुंच चुके हैं। आज हम लोग प्रहलाद जो है, भक्त प्रहलाद के नाम से जिन्हें हम जानते हैं, उनके जीवन में हिरण्यकश्यप का जो वध होता है, उसके बाद में उनके जीवन में आत्मज्ञान कैसे उनको आता है, वह हमने कल भी देखा। उसी को हम लोग आज भी कंटिन्यू करेंगे। रोज की तरह इस सत्र की शुरुआत हम लोग ओम के नाद से करेंगे। लेट अस ऑल क्लोज आवर आईज, अपनी आंखें बंद कर लें। सिट कंफर्टेबली, रीढ़ की हड्डी सीधी हो, गर्दन सीधी, शोल्डर्स रिलैक्स्ड। Let us bring our attention to our breath. Breathe in and let go. Take a deep breath in and as you breathe out, dropping all your past, come back to the present moment. This present moment is new. Let us welcome this present moment by chanting Om. Take a deep breath in Let us awaken the divinity within. गुरु का आवाहन कर ले। आवाहनम पुनः पुनः गुरु वंदना कर ले। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Let us pray to the divinity, to the master. अपने मुख से निकलने वाली हर एक शब्द, हर एक वाणी, whatever the words that coming out of our mouth, अपने सारी क्रिया, कर्म एवं विचार, whatever the actions that we do and the thoughts coming to our mind, अपने बुद्धि के अंदर जागृत होने वाला विवेक और अपने स्मृति के अंदर तैयार हो रहे संस्कार, the power of discrimination arising in our intellect and impressions getting created in our memory. और यदि अब भी अहम का थोड़ा बहुत भाव बाकी है, if still that I, me still exist, let thy be inspired by the master alone. यह भी और वह सारे भी गुरु की प्रेरणा से ही प्रेरित हो, ऐसी प्रार्थना करे। मुक्ति और मोक्ष की राह पे चलने वाले हम लोग यदि इसी क्षण जीवन मुक्ति का अनुभव कर ले, तो यह उर्वरित जीवन और किसी कारणवश यहाँ पे लौट के आना भी पड़े, तो वह भी गुरु की प्रेरणा से ही प्रेरित हो, ऐसी प्रार्थना कर ले। We the people walking on the path of liberation, if experience the liberation right now, let the remaining life, and if you have to come back here with some purpose, to express our love, gratitude, to spread the knowledge, let thy be inspired by the master alone, divinity alone. अपने भीतर और बाहर गुरु का सानिध्य महसूस करते हुए धीरे धीरे अपनी आंखें खोल सकते हो, feeling the presence of the master, the divine within and outside. Slowly and gradually you may open your eyes. Jai Gurudev. So let's begin our session. अपने सारे Zoom के participants, अपने सारे YouTube के viewers और अपने सारे Facebook के viewers, इन सभी का भी आज के इस सत्र में स्वागत है। Yesterday we saw how the Bhakt Pralhad and his father Hiranyakashipu gets killed by Narsimha Avatar, that is Vishnu's incarnation, and all the responsibilities of the kingdom comes on the Prahlada. Now Vishnu, being the protector of the entire universe, he surrenders to the Vishnu and then he prays to the Vishnu, and with that feeling of he himself become the Lord Vishnu, he does all the puja. Every action that he does, he surrenders that to the Lord Vishnu, and likewise he attains some kind of liberation in his life. He experienced that Atma Bodh, he experienced that knowledge, self-realization dawns in him. Now, once he go ahead and achieves this, now he is thinking, now I need to sustain this, because there is a possibility, still there is a possibility that because of the past sanchit karma, because of the past prarabdha karma, there is a possibility that again you can get entrapped into this outer maya, the illusion that is all exist over there. Now thinking this, he is now starting, now here Vaashishtha Muni is telling that, see, now he has completely done, despite of the God has arisen in him and he was blessed with that thought, that vichara, which can lead him to the self-realization, and he has attained that state. But now to sustain it over a period of time, to sustain that, now again he is contemplating, and now the Bhakta Prahlada, now the Vishnu has already disappeared. Now Bhakta Prahlada has started addressing himself. Now he is telling himself certain things, that what are all the things, and then he started speaking to himself. So that is what that vichara is. Now we'll see that what that vichara, what is it that he tells to himself. So he said that, hey being, hey Atmagyani, hey self-realized soul. Now he is calling himself as the Buddhatma. Buddhatma means the one who realized, the one soul which is realized now. He has attained that knowledge. Self-realized soul is called as Buddhatma here. Now that you have already attained this Purna Swarupa, means you have already attained the completeness in life. There is completely Anandamay, there is Niratishay, there is complete Ananda, there is a complete blissful state that you have achieved, and you have that experience of the Chit. No? Chittani Chit, that experience of the divinity. No? So you have already become with that divinity now. Like this, you continue to guide yourself and continue to remain in that state. So now to remain in that state, what are the things that you need to go ahead and do it? So you have to completely drop your ahankara, means you have to drop your ego. Then you have to drop all your anger. Then you will have to completely remove the ignorance that is there in your mind. And then that thing, go and do something bad to other people, no? Exploit them, that cruel exploitation of the other people, you will have to drop all that. No? You'll have to just get out of that. Then to do this, you have to, these vrittis, no, these tendencies of your mind to pull you down, no, you will have to drop that. No, you don't get caught up into these things. You continue to follow the Shruti Shastras, Guru Upadesh, means the scriptures, the guidance of the master, that path which is shown by the master to us, and your swanubhavas, your own experience and your thought of that self-inquiry. You completely use that as much as possible. How much time you can spend in doing this, you start spending that much time. Then you will realize that this drishya, means this things which are in appearance, that is a illusion, and that is also just a relative, that the perceiving, that the five senses which are perceiving this thing, what it appears to be, in reality it may or may not be like that. This is just a perception. So you understand this is relative in nature. If we see the things, same thing from different angle, from different distance, same thing will appear to you as different. If you go 30,000, 40,000 feet above, the same road will appear different when it appears when you are there on the road. So it is just a relative thing that your eyes are perceiving, or whatever your five senses are perceiving. In reality, things might be completely different, right? So like this, having said that, having understood this, still there is a possibility of one getting caught up by the sanchit karma, means one can get caught up by the past karmas, past sanskaras, means the impression that have been carried from the past lives, many lifetimes, that can come into picture. So now this, because of this, if at all there is a thing that once you have realized this, once you have attained this, and if at all there is things that it comes within you, no, it's called abhilasha, means wanting to go that outward direction, then that also you make yourself understand that yes, fine, it might give me some pleasure, but that pleasure is very temporary in nature. So making you yourself understand, now even if it wants to go outside, you implement that sanyama, you implement that self-control, that dhamma in you. And then you make yourself understand that how many times that you have gone through this, how many times you have been miserable because of this state of your being, just because of you caught up into the outer worldly activities, have been made you miserable, how you caught up in this group. No? You remember all that again to make you understand this again. No? And then there is smiling face, even if such things comes into your life, even if sorrow comes into your life because of certain things, because of the past karma, now you face it, because you have to pay for that, right? Whatever have happened. So if all such things comes into your life, despite of you have done all the pujas and all the good karmas, everything, and you through this self-realization you have already attained that, and still if the pain comes to you, now you accept that pain also with a smiling face. Don't grumble upon it. No, don't say why this is happening to me, why all these things happens to you. No, be whatever is good happening to you, that happens to appear as less thing to you, you still accept that also, understanding the positive and complementary to each other. This point will come again in the end. Now, like this, he explains it. So, like this, there are so many different vishayas that's coming into your all the five senses that will take you when you do your daily routine. All these situations will come into your life. Well, you will tend to get introduced, caught up in this kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsara. Means you will get caught up into greed, you'll get caught up into entanglement, you'll get angry, you'll get feel jealousy about somebody. No, all these things will you'll get caught up in pride. All these things seems to be happening, but the moment it starts happening, you become aware. No, with and vichara, with this thought process, with that pragya, viveka, that power of discrimination, you immediately get yourself, make yourself aware. Or even when in your day-to-day routine life, means when you do this, if this thing, how come you just say that this is the maya, this is the illusion, it is creating that spurn, that thing that comes within, from within that comes, that to go outward, that look for that this is just an illusion, this is an effect of that mama, no, that is getting make you think like this, that is what is happening. No, so continuously when you do this, no, it said no that once you are done against some doctor or engineer, here the enlightenment is every moment. You have to make yourself enlightened. No? Continuously you have to be in thought process, because otherwise there is a chances there. Gurudev says there are very rare chances that one can get caught up into this once they are realized. But if at all, if such things happens, then all that you can do is just wonder about it. So there is a possibility, and then when the such state comes, that you become free from all such things, then that state itself is called as mukti or moksha. No, that parasanta means that equanimous state is established. That is what is called as mukti or moksha, and that can be attained with this body or vidya, means after death also it can attain. You will attain this. Now, if this is like this, if it is so clear and it is so evidence, it has been said like this, many shastras, no, I have explained this many times. It has been said by so many saints, so many sages. No, even the incarnation that it takes place, God comes here and makes us understand all these things, and it has been documented so well. It has been said by so many people, so many point of time. Why it is so difficult for the normal people to understand this and implement that in life? That is the question. That is a very usual question that comes into mind. No, so now Vashishtha Muni is now explaining here, and now Prahlada is also contemplating on this, and he is explaining this thing to himself now. So he said, when it is so explained, no, despite of that, when it is becomes very difficult for the people to follow, it is purely because of the way they look at the things, whatever happens in their life. How do they have completely that bheda buddhi, means duality exists. Okay, I am the great, I am something different, I am the great, I am nothing, I am hopeless. That duality is always there. Oh, he is great, she is doing good. No, all because of this thing is good, this thing is bad. No, this situation is good, this situation is bad. This is happiness, this is sorrow. All these things, that duality that is created. I want to do this, I want to achieve that. That foolishness, that entanglement with the things, no, wanting to achieve things in very hurry, to do that, doing bad also, there people are ready to do. No, people have power, they are misutilizing their power to put someone down. All such things, no, it is because of all such things, and because of all the past karmas, no, the sanskaras that have happened on someone's life. It is because of that, when someone tells them this Atma Jnana, someone makes them aware about this self-realized, this knowledge, they just run away from this. They don't tend to even understand what is being spoken, what is this experience. Another reason for this is that as this is so subtle, means if somebody comes, many people say, oh, we are very scientific, We follow the Vigyan, we follow the science, and they say, prove it, show me the God, show me that Atma, show me that soul. And then as this Chaitanya, this divinity, Brahman, Shiva, whatever you call that with in any name, it is very difficult that words for the spoken words. It is said it is agochar, means your words cannot explain that. If somebody calls you and that, okay, show me how much you love me, tell me how much you love me, are we able to express our love? No, 100 times, million times more than that is bhakti. How can the bhakti be explained? And something which is even more subtle than that, something which is more subtle than that also. How can that be explained or spoken about it or shown to you with your eyes, Panchendriya, with your hand? How can you experience that? How can you see that with your open eyes? No, can be only seen through the Jnana Chakshu. Means only with the sight of the Jnani. Only that can experience that. No, and when they also come back, they are also not able to explain their experience. They can only, it is the self, it is yourself. You are only capable of experiencing yourself, nobody else. On your behalf, I cannot experience yourself. You are the one who are able to experience your own self only. All these things, because of all the other things that have been just explained now, the normally ordinary people, they are not able to realize their own self, because it is not shown, it cannot be shown just like that, it cannot be heard, it cannot be explained, and because of they feel, oh, it's not there. Something which they don't see, they say, oh, it's not there. If you don't give me the proof, they say that, then I don't agree. No, science is just going there. No, it is discovering many things. When there was an ask Gurudev anything, there was Gurudev saying there are many such subtle energies, subtle things which we normally people can't understand. Well, they look at the movie, Inception movie. When we watch it through 3-4 times, at that point of time we understand it. We get into details of that. So something which a simple movie, if we cannot understand, think about the Atma Gyan, think about the self-realization. How the normal people, without putting any effort, will achieve that. Just to attain 1 degree of engineering and do the master in it and do the very particular subject, not entire engineering also, mechanical, only one faculty, one mechanical engineer, in that masters in one systems engineering and doing a doctorate and PhD in that takes 24 years of your knowledge, life, and you want to self-realization just like that. Okay, show me the God. How can you see the God? How can you realize the God? Just like that, put an effort, do your Purushartha, then you do it. You said, no, it is because of all these things, the normal people, why they do not get an experience of this very suddenly, why they find it so difficult, is just purely because of all such factors that comes into picture. So like this, now Prahlada contemplate and said, yeah, now having said all these things, now that I have understood what this chit is, no, it is very for the normal people probably it's very difficult. Now I have understood that. I am getting an experience of that, and now earlier he prayed to the Vishnu, right? Now as he has understood that there is no difference between Vishnu and his Atma, his soul. Now he is now fully in awareness, Atmadev. He calls divinity which is there within as the Atmadev. Now he is now the one with their chit, that not chit, that chit which is there either outside or inside, it is beyond the kala, it is beyond the time. There is no such discrimination. It is complete eternal in nature. It is does not have that desh and bhed, means there is no concept of boundary here, ananta hai. No, then there is no concept of vritti bhed. There are no discrimination, that tendencies is not there. Although it is just an ultimate observer of this, itself is free from this. It has that equanimous state of that asanga, means completely detached from this, complete in nature, purna. And then it is that swayam, it itself is knowledge. No, that Chaitanya itself is a knowledge. The state of all knowing is present within you. Like this, now he is praising his Atma, his soul. Now that Atma Deva is praising. That this Deha is a Devalaya, and this Atma, that Atma is itself, that Jiva is itself now a Shiva. No, so he's now not looking Shiva somewhere outside, not looking Vishnu somewhere outside. He is now looking Shiva, Brahman, Vishnu, everything. No, that is within only. Guru also within only. No, that is how he is now praising the Atma Deva now. Now, the one who becomes this Atma Jnani, the one who has achieved this self-realization in life, they become fearless in their life. No, there is no fear that. What is it that once you understand, Nainam Chandandi Chitrani, Nainam Dati Pauka, nothing is that can destroy this. No, the self soul, it is immortal in nature. So once it is immortal in nature, what is the fear that one will have in life? Once we understand you are not just this body is anyway going to go through an experience of death. This body is anyway going to dissolve in this nature. What is so thing to become fearful about it? What is it that sorrow that is coming to your mind? It will come, it will go. It is an effect of all the three gunas, rajas, sattva, tamas. It will come and it will go. This will change. Everything has been changing in this life. It is also changed. No, things will change. Whatever the experience of any sorrow or a pain, if any pain is there, that will also change. Let me just become an ultimate observer for that. Sakshi Bhava, ultimate observer for that will also change. So because of this state of being, all that fear that completely disappear. Now then you also understand that to whom should I now be with? To whom should I seek and guidance and help with? So when I say that this Atma is there, which is there within me, she's so near to me. No, whatever that love you are seeking, whatever the knowledge that you are seeking, whatever the pleasure and ananda, that bliss you are seeking, is not anywhere outside. It is there, available with me continuously, 24/7, and that is just a sarvasrishta. That is just the that is my sakha, that is my bandhu. No, that is the one which is near and dear to me, which is there with me. So like this, by contemplating every aspect about being enlightened, every aspect about being self-realization, even thinking on the other side of the story also, other side of the coin also, slowly and gradually now he is now start praising his own Atman. No, Atma का जय जयकार वो करने लगते कि हे soul, हे आत्मदेव, ना तुम्हारा जय जयकार. Start praising the Atma itself. Now, because of like this, slowly and gradually, one is contemplating like this, slowly and gradually, he completely becomes sharp. He completely, he's not even these thoughts also, repent him completely established in himself. No, and then he gets into the nirvikalpa samadhi. No, that whatever that blissful state, he just submerges itself into it, and I'm just sitting just like that. No? So, because of this, what happens now? This Daitya Bhumi, this Patala is called Daitya Bhumi, and this Daitya Bhumi does not have any king now to look after. This Prahlada is sitting there in the Samadhi, and they start doing now. They do whatever they want to do. They are entangled now. They get into all again this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Matsar. They get entangled into all that. Nobody's to look at the one who is powerful, but they are taking advantage of the other people also. All these such things starts happening over there, because Hiranyakashipu is also not there. Prahlada is also get into Samadhi, and they now it becomes their arajaka, means the whole things that is now imbalanced over there. They again start doing. Now, after looking at this situation, as the protector of this world is Vishnu, he just comes out of this. He becomes he keeps taking the overview of what's happening. He said, okay, the things are happening like this in Deva. It seems that they are not bothered now. Nobody is their competitor. Nobody is there now to come and fight with them. So they also become Nishchins. They are also not doing their any good karmas which they are supposed to. They have stopped doing that. Now he comes and look at the Bhuloka, is the Prithvi Srishti. They also stop doing the things. They also do not have, because the concept of now Daitya and Dana itself is not there. Nobody is there to comment this. So now they are getting into positive, not they are getting into, they stop doing all their shastras, following the karmas and all that. That will also they have stopped doing. And here also, these people have got into this, all this thing. They have forgotten other things. They are just caught up in doing all this thing. They are not doing what they are supposed to do in their life. So looking at all this thing, now Vishnu says, if this thing continue, and if I say that this Srishti will have the imbalance there. No, this niyati, whatever the niyati of decided things, that is all, that is not happening. So now what will happen to you, me? Now this Manushya, they will also stop doing their yajna and good karmas and all this, and that will also go away. So even for me also, there is nothing to be done. So I will also become Shant. I will also, and even if I have to do all this thing, anyway, it doesn't matter to me also, because he is also self-aware, he is also Brahmagani, Atmagani. So he said, anyway, it doesn't matter to me. But despite of that, this thing should continue. This thing should be in picture. The show must go on. No, having that show must go on kind of thing. Now he goes and he says, no, because this even when he looked at the Bhu karma, this Bhuloka is also driven by the karma here. Now this is called as karma bhumi. So if the karma itself is not left, what will happen? These people, because now that they want to become God, neither they want to become Dano, and all these things will picture. Now this is very, very good concept of these things comes into picture. Why the opposites in nature, no? Why the things, if the 5 elements, why they exhibit the opposite nature? No? The fire is water, why they are all opposite nature? Why in the nature itself there is an iota of opposite? Why there is a positivity? Why there is a negativity? Why do we get entangled into all these things? And why do we experience the happiness when we are doing the good things? All these things, that opposite in nature is always there. It has always been there. It is inbuilt in this system. Experiencing that, whenever we come to this knowledge, when we walk on this path, things may happen the way we want. Things may not happen the way we want. No? You might feel that that this life is not like that direct current, right? Like that alternate current, that frequency always. So some point of time, low will come. When the low will come, know that the up will also come. Up will come. That will also not sustain. That will also go off. No, low will again come. This is continuously in nature. This is happening like this. It has been supposed to happen like this. Recognizing that, no, respect the negativity if it is there. Respect that, reject mat karo usko, respect that and move through it. If the pain is there, if the sorrow is there, if the dukkha is there, understand that this has come into my life to make me more stronger. No, let me still stay stronger. Go through it. Even if the happiness is there, don't lose your control. People josh mein hosh ko dete. Don't get too much of that. No, still have an established central balanced thing in your life. No, that is what happens. And now understanding this importance, Vishnu already knows this, is making us aware about it. He's thinking like this so that we can become aware. And then what does he do? Does he come and wake up Prahlada out of his samadhi? What does happen? Does this continues? Does this Srishti goes and it diminish itself? What does that happen? That is something as a surprise. We'll see that tomorrow. इसको हम लोग कल इसको देखेंगे. फिर क्या विष्णु आते हैं, समाधि से उनको जगाते हैं, ये सृष्टि का लोप हो जाता है, क्या होता है, यह हम लोग कल देखेंगे. With this note, I'll stop here. I'd like to hand over this session to you so that you can express your will. यहाँ पे मैं अपनी वाणी को विश्राम देता हूँ. यह सत्र को आपके हवाले कर देता हूँ. आप जरूर आपके मन में कुछ, लास्ट वाला जो थोड़ा टॉपिक है ना, ये थोड़ा confusing हो सकता है. So we can have a brainstorm session and clarify that. No, if there is something, why does Vishnu rules like things like this when they're already normal? That fellow is now doing samadhi. All these things are happening. Why he has to come and interfere here? Such kind of questions can arise in our mind. So we can discuss that either today or tomorrow. It's fine. No? Over to you all, Jai Gurudev. So I'm opening the session now so that you can unmute yourself and you can express yourself. Over to you all. Very good day.
Yeah. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So this is my understanding of the next part of Prahlada's story, where his discrimination leads to self-realization. In that story, he says, "O self, I salute you." Okay, and I greet you as you are the one who accompanies me everywhere. And also, this has happened after a lot of self-inquiry. So he now understands what is the self. And when we say, I salute you, it means we are greeting somebody with respect. So now we understand that we have to respect ourselves, we have to value ourselves, and also we have to develop self-esteem to the extent that we are part of this universe, we are part of this consciousness, and therefore we are not small or little, we are big. They say we are not a drop of the ocean, we are the ocean in a drop. So we contain everything within us. So Prahlada has come to this realization. And when we are happy, it's like we have connected to the infinite in some way, because in that infinite consciousness, there is only bliss. And maybe when we are sad, we have come away, we have contracted ourselves, we have come back to that I-ness. So if we expand ourselves, we are back into the ocean of infinite consciousness. And sometimes if there is a failure, it's maybe because the universe is channeling us into a different direction. So therefore we need to understand what is happening, and we need to understand ourselves to get a proper a proper meaning or feeling of how we need to move on. Then next, we have to understand what is the meaning of Om. He had explained what is the meaning of Om. When we chant Om, it means that is the non-dual consciousness. So now whenever we chant Om, we have to think, it not the literal meaning that we are connecting with the non-dual consciousness. Yes. Then the next point that I had noted was after contemplation, Prahlada, he entered into a state of samadhi, and he was in this for thousands of years. So for a demon to come to this realization, this state of realization, it has taken him thousands of years, because there were so many layers that he would have had to go through. And because of this intense concentration that he was doing, he was not able to take care of his Asura kingdom. And therefore, there was a lot of chaos and confusion, and the Asuras were not doing what they were supposed to do. So this is my understanding of today's session. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, very beautiful understanding. Very beautiful. A couple of things that you added, that were really, really good. Amazing, Janiji. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Jai Gurudev. Yeah, anybody else would like to express themselves? You can unmute yourself and you can contribute. Jai Gurudev Sangeeta, please go ahead.
Yeah, Jai Gurudev to all of you. And very beautifully, Sumeshwar ji has explained, and Jenny ji took over. That was also wonderful. And my takeaway was also like that, the same thing that we have heard here about how he has the salutations to the inner reality, how he salutes everything. So salutations to the omnipresent means he's in that gratitude state. When you have the salutation means I feel the gratitude comes up. So he has a gratitude for everything, like, for his own self, and that he had forgotten himself, and now that he has the realization. and of course experiencing all the external perceptions without self-knowledge. So his sufferings in the repeated birth, he had to undergo everything, whatever is there on that, he all has the salutations for that. He's in the gratitude. And then the distinction also from the self, which was just verbal, which was not there, but then still it was unreal and imaginary, right? So it was just like, the distinction between the wave and the water, and again the wave. So the wave, ocean, water, wave, it appears to be different, but it is not so. So realizing all that has taken him to a different level, and from there he's experiencing all that. So that was very beautiful. And of course the ego sense also, I liked it. So how the ego sense is diminished in him, and all his past tendencies, mental conditioning, limitations, all have been completely destroyed. And he's wondering, now he's in that wonder, oh my God, on this, for a long time, I was caught up in all the trap of that ego sense. And now freed and from that dependency, from the habits of the thoughts that he had in himself, from the desires and the cravings, and from the deluded belief in the existence of the ego. With all this, all the sorrows have come to an end, and the light of supreme bliss has dawned. So that is very beautiful when we really, this is what Prahlada is contemplating, all this he has been seeing in from within. So all his cravings, ignorance, foolishness, everything he says, it is just cut like a steel cuts the steel beam. मतलब लोहा लोहे को तोड़ता है, इसी तरह से when it is heated up, it just with a bang, कहते हैं कि हथौड़ा भी तब मारना चाहिए जब लोहा गर्म है. So that is what it is, at the right time. That is the sense of it. So that he's having that, all that contemplation, and he's getting that all this, how this, in this foolishness he was caught up, and now how he's freed from all that. So that is very good. And slowly and gradually what is happening is the great wall of ignorance which was there, now the wall has collapsed. So again he has the salutations to his own self, for who has fully accomplished what needs to be accomplished, the real doer of all the actions, the Lord. And of course salutation to the Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, the creator. So it is going on, he's going on doing that, and slowly and gradually he says salutation to the seer and to the experiencer. So all that he's going on being in gratitude to the inner reality, to the omnipresent, and of course his own self. That is, he has undergone and endless suffering in repeated births, but now with the self-knowledge, now he's experiencing the external perception without self-knowledge. What he was doing that, but now he's got the self-knowledge. So that was very good. And slowly what happens is his own light of purity that shines in the sun. Now he comes to know, now he's again in that. Now I am everywhere. Now after that, all that which is gone. So now he comes like that, just in Bhagavad Gita, how Krishna says, I am the best in the best. I am, the everything, the best things he shows to Arjuna. So he's saying, now Prahlada is again contemplating. He says, oh self, this is your own light of purity that shines in the sun. Your nectarine coolness that radiates through the moon, and the heaviness of the mountains that is derived from you, as also the speed of the wind. So he's saying all the best things that is you. So that is your own light, and you're so lucky that you have realized yourself, and I have become yours. Like he's telling I am so lucky there is, oh Lord, there is no distinction between you and me. So he's become one with that. That is what is Advaita. So he says, salutations to myself, which is infinite and egoless, and salutations to the formless self. So that was very good. And there he comes in a state of equilibrium as a pure witness consciousness. That's beautiful. Now you see how after merging himself, he's come up to that state of equilibrium without form and without the division of space and time. Now he says the mind gets agitated, the senses begin to stir, and the energy begins to expand, setting in motion the twin forces of prana and apana. But drawn by the power of the desires, the driver, the mind, carries away the body made up of flesh and blood and bone and skin. But however, I am pure consciousness, not dependent upon the body or anything else. Let the body rise or fall in according to the desires that moves on. So this is what beautifully explained here with the contemplation that he goes within himself and he experiences all that witness consciousness, and he's firmly established in that. So beautiful, enjoyed it a lot. And really with that, even we feel, slowly going into that. So it is having an effect on us also. So thank you, Someshwarji, once again to bring me to this Yog Vaashishtha session and giving me a chance to express myself. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. So Ginny ji have prepared ji have icing on the cake. No? So beautiful. Very, very beautifully added, no, your contribution. Thank you so much for that. यहाँ पे कुसुम ताई कुछ कहती है. Yeah, very good explained by Ginny ji. Your study is so deep. Keep it up. And we get the points which I missed while listening. Thanks for sharing. Amazing. Very, very nicely put up in wonderful words. Wow, Sangeeta ji, you are explaining it very good way. Amazing. Thank you so much, Kusumtai. Kusumtai, we'd like to hear you also.
Yes.
No? Please do speak whenever you have such a beautiful contribution. Kusumtai herself is an Vakta for, she gives the discourses on Bhagavad Gita. So Kusumtai will explain things in very smaller manner, no? In the shlokas format. So we love listening to her also. Kusumtai, would you like to say something, please? Kusumtai, please go ahead.
समशत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्ण सुखदुःखेषु समसंगविवर्जितः. What Sangeeta ji has explained, na? So your own self light comes within you, that shines. Same it is Bhagavad Gita ka shlok. Dhanyavad.
Beautifully, because as Sangeeta ji also pointed out, no, that sun, that shine in the sun is me, that coolness in the moon is me, no? So that is what the shloka is. So thank you so much for that, Kusumtai. Jai Gurudev. Anybody else wants to express themselves? Rajkumari ji, Rohini ji, Bhosle sir. तो किसी भी लैंग्वेज में चलेगा, मराठी, हिंदी, इंग्लिश, किसी भी लैंग्वेज में चलता है. So don't feel that कि आप किस लैंग्वेज में, any language you prefer you can. हाँ राजकुमार जी, please go ahead.
आप लोगों ने बहुत अच्छा समझाया.
हाँ, thank you so much Jeannie ji, thank you so much Sangeeta ji for adding the things on it. हाँ राजकुमार जी बोलिए.
बहुत अच्छा समझाया आप लोगों ने.
आप भी बताइए, आपने क्या सुना?
बहुत अच्छा, तबीयत खुश हो गई. बहुत अच्छा बोलते हैं आप.
हाँ, नेक्स्ट टाइम से आप भी अपनी तरफ से कुछ तो कंट्रीब्यूशन जो कोई सुनते हैं, आप भी अपनी तरफ से जरूर एक्सप्रेस कीजिएगा. ओके, विद दैट नोट आज के इस सत्र को हम लोग यहीं पे समापन करते हैं. विल वाइंड अप टुडे सेशन सो दैट वी कैन मीट टुमारो. जय गुरुदेव.
जय गुरुदेव.